Go.
Machiavelli production.
Little Chad, Slender Dad, they the tightest of kin. Friday night streaming, where the realness begin. Dive deep in pop culture, from flicks to the game. You too, we ride, never following the same. Brahma Bull, bourbon in hand, laughter on deck. He the king of the chuckle, every step with respect. Mad Chismo, cool like the breeze, edge on display. YouTube legend rising with a style that'll slay. Ascendant art, let's commence. Laughter and knowledge, ignorance will dispense. Pop some popcorn, settle down, show's about to start. Find a stream, you'll see on your screen, play your part. Brahma Bull swirling wisdom, cup in his grip. Little Chad with insights, he never slip. Mad Chismo spitting facts like a flame in the dark. Slender Dad's blade dance, it's an art with a spark. His sword never tires, it's a sight to behold. Mix of skill and humor, stories never told. Brahma Bull bourbon like a sage sitting high. Mad Chismo wisdom spreading, reaching for the sky. Both in-demand fans blowing like the breeze, vibing together like a band with ease. Little Chad, the king of all movie talk. Slender Dad's blade, chat's where we walk. Action, laughter, sticking like glue. Pop culture popping with a vibe that's true. Painting pictures vivid. Every episode we share, streaming culture symphony. None can compare. Ascendant art, let's commence. Laughter and knowledge, ignorance will dispense. Pop some popcorn, settle down, show's about to start. Find a stream, you'll see on your screen, play your part. Oh, and there's a guy called Imp.
Called Imp part is never gonna get old.
Never gonna get.
Wait until. Never mind.
By the way,
We'll save that secret.
the worst AI tool Mad ever found for any of his song videos is the butter rap part. Because no matter
Once I figured out how to make that happen, it's all. I mean, this in everything I do.
It's in everything. It can confirm.
Yep.
Hey Matt, I need you to do like an operatic, Celine Dion version. All right,
Gotcha.
and that one would have butter rap.
It's in everything.
It is in everything.
All right, well, everybody, welcome to the launch of my new channel. I'm me, they're them, we're us, and as always, we are bringing you YouTube in a way that you've never seen before. Some say that we are the equivalent of Braille because people feel us when we speak. Thank you. Okay, now you can do your little thing there.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Oh, or can we?
Yeah, your little thing. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I'm not a mod, so I can't drop the link.
I'm working on it. I gotta find your new channel.
You motherfucker. At Mad's new channel. It's not that hard.
You're not even a mod on your own channel because you're logged.
No, he's trying to
in.
put. He wants his link put into your chat.
Why would I want my link in my chat?
Okay, got it now. I don't know. This sounds like something you would do.
It does sound like something you
Mad
would do.
to make Mad a mod.
I thought Mad was a mod.
I am, but I was on my
He's-
phone and I was trying to
He's
figure out how
also
to
just lazy.
get the link to go over the thing because I was doing it from my phone because I'm logged in here under. Why don't we start the show? This is how we do things on my new channel.
All right. Well, welcome to this week's Ascendant Art podcast / Mad's new channel stream. Do you have I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll figure out what you'll
I
call
don't think,
yours.
Matt, you have enough of a track record to have
Thank you.
how you do things on anything on your channel. There's
Wow.
there's not a pattern there yet to be established. You
How
gotta
dare you.
find your groove. You've gotta, figure out who's playing what character. Like, this is a whole new thing.
I hope we don't treat all our veterans like this on YouTube.
Just you.
You're not a
Just-
YouTubing veteran. You're
Yeah.
a YouTubing baby.
Oh,
You have 20 subs.
I
all right,
meant
yeah.
a veteran of this country, of your freedom, sir.
All right.
I was
Just
trying
real
to
quick.
cash in on that once more.
Got Josh Hammond first in the chat again. Got Bad Take Bojan not being first again. Smokey's in there.
Mookie.
We got lovely Sherry Ford, or is it First or Forced? Bride of
that's a good
Slender's in the
question.
chat. So it's going to be a good show. At some point, we'll see people coming in from Mad's side, I guess. I don't see anyone saying they're coming in from that chat, though. So that's good.
You son of a. You don't think I saw what you did, Mama?
What?
I didn't even think about going over to mine and being first.
Oh, it was sad, but it was a good one. So it's been. Did everybody have a fun Christmas? I know Brahma's house is full of house guests.
Still?
Oh, we got rid of most of them now. It's going
Good.
back to normal. And it can't get there quick enough.
Is
But
your
yeah, overall, it was a pretty good Christmas. It was just busy. Lots of busy. Is what?
I was gonna say, is your garage being invaded constantly still? Like people coming in and out, giving you
Not
side eye
really.
for not visiting with guests?
The only people that were really ever out here was the wife to come out and smoke, and then my parents. We each evening we played some Catan, so that was part of the reason
Catan?
I wasn't doing later streams.
What-
Was because we'd start at like 9 o'clock and play a game or two till what 11, 12:30. So it kind of took up my streaming time, my usual one. So
What's Catan?
Settlers of Catan.
Settlers.
It's a
It's a
game.
board game.
Yeah,
It's a little more than a board game, but yeah, ultimately.
I
it's a
mean, no,
board
it's
game.
a board game. You can try to gussy it up all you want. That's what it is. It's like, yeah, like you might. Apparently, there's a fight because Slender's in there saying second ever, and no
Mad's the
first mod at least.
Yep.
Like, sure thing, new guy.
Yeah, but I'm the only like on the stream so far, so there's that.
Oh,
Well, I don't know how I feel about it yet.
What?
that's true.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean,
didn't
I don't
give
just
them a
hand
like
out
either.
likes. I gotta decide whether or not I enjoyed this show.
Fucking Slender's
You know what?
over
I get
here,
that. I
like,
do have
ma-
some suspicious looking characters on my first stream.
like it's Saving Private Ryan, and he's like, earn this. There you go, Matt. That should be your like and subscribe little video clip. Just AI your face onto like, did I earn it? Was I good?
Oh yeah, I'm sure that would go over.
Yeah, I mean, play into the vet stuff. I mean, it'll be fine. Am I the only one who actually saw Nosferatu? I'm guessing.
I saw it in my heart.
Yep.
I
Even
didn't
though
watch it.
Mad was like supposedly, for weeks was like, I'm all in. I'm all in. I love.
I am. I'm going
I love
to
Eggers.
tomorrow.
He's
There
just
was a
not all in
long-
to talk about it on your show. He'll save that for comics.
Mads
Okay, I'm gonna be
Ferrazzo.
honest. I'm gonna be open. It's a new channel. It's a new me. I'm gonna be open and say that I forgot about it completely.
Mad's gonna try honesty.
Yep.
This new channel is gonna be different.
Women aren't that bad.
Honesty, modesty, mad. I
aren't
don't
that
even know you
bad.
anymore.
Yeah, so it's so I'll go ahead then. I guess I'll do a fairly basic non-spoiler review for it. If you've seen Robert Eggers and you kind of know his aesthetic, Nosferatu was kind of a no-brainer to work really well for him.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that methodical, very gothic, slow-paced kind of thing going for it, and it works. Robert Eggers was the right guy to do this if they were going to kind of do a gothic like remake. Everybody's actually pretty good. He works a lot with Willem Dafoe. I think Willem Dafoe's pretty much been in almost every movie he's made. Going back, was he in Witch?
Who? William Dafoe?
Dafoe.
I don't think so. I don't think he was in that.
Maybe
one.
that's the only one he wasn't in, because I know he was. I mean, obviously, Lighthouse was just him and Pattinson basically for the movie. Did you like that one?
Who?
Mad. I'm guessing.
What, which
Mad's
one?
The Lighthouse.
Yes, I did. I liked it a lot, actually. I think Robert Pattinson gets way too much hate.
All I know is never trust a black goat after seeing Witch.
Never trust a goat in general. Have you seen their eyes? Those things are fucking evil.
Yeah, I don't. After playing Goat Simulator, I just don't want to be around them anymore. Like, I know they can't drive very well. It's terrible.
They
All
have
right,
really
so
sticky tongues.
yeah, so the lead male actor in this, the Nosferatu, is Bill Skarsgård. And I was chatting with Matt earlier today, and I was basically like, Bill Skarsgård's career needs to be like what happened with Andy Serkis, where Andy Serkis was just the mocap guy. If you need mocap, you go to Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
Bill Skarsgård, his entire career should be really freaky horror movie villains. It's just like he was great at it. He did weird stuff with his voice. He he can contort his body in ways that don't
Yeah.
seem natural. And when you put the like Nosferatu makeup on him, it just was a really good combination.
Which Skarsgård is this? Is this the one that played Pennywise?
Yes.
Okay,
He was
yeah,
also
he's good
in
at that shit.
Boy Murders World.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, he's
any
just
other
a
movie.
creepy looking dude, even without the makeup.
He was
Well-
also in The New Crow, which was
Yeah.
ass terrible. Terrible.
I was
Well,
about to do it.
Skarsgård,
Terrible.
all of them are kind of
Terrible.
different looking, you know?
Yeah.
I guess you can sort of see how they're brothers and sons of the one from
Skellen or Stellan, something like
Stellan's,
Geller skateboard?
the dude from that was in Avengers.
Yeah, he
Or
was in
he-
Thor and all that. It's Stellan Skarsgård.
Stellan Skarsgård. And then there's Alexander Skarsgård, who was
Yep.
of True
Eric.
Blood,
Joker.
and he's been
The
in some other
Northman.
stuff.
He was in one of my
And
favorite movies, War Against Everyone, with Michael Pena. I really like that one. If you're a fan of like noir kind of shit, check out War Against Everyone. Really, really liked it with him and Michael Pena.
You do
For
like
Soul-
everything with Michael Pena in it.
So, Soul Assassin, does Nosferatu redeem? Yes, this redeems him after the terrible piece of shit that was The Crow, that he was in. Which is why I've decided that he just doesn't need to be in movies where he's trying to play a person. He needs to play heavily made up villain, like
Well,
horror movie kind of guy, and he's
As
perfect
much
for it.
as many issues as I had with Boy Murders World, I did think he was good in it
Right, but he also
because he
is
kept his
He also-
mouth closed.
Yeah, because he
he's
didn't have
basically
to
just
like
doing
open his mouth.
mocap with his own body. He's
Yeah.
not actually doing any lines.
That's true. His entire character's charisma was coming from the one voice actor who does
H. John Benjamin.
the guy who does
on
Archer.
Bob's Burgers. Greatest
so-
voice actor ever.
I mean, that's a bold statement.
Ever.
Cotton.
Wait, who did he say is the best ever?
Archer.
H. John Benjamin.
Yeah, I mean, he's the most prolific.
He also did the Home Movies like cartoon on Adult Swim. Like he's been in a
He
lot
also
of stuff.
did that. What is it? Wet Hot American Summer. He was the can of vegetables.
Mhm.
He actually appeared as himself.
As
in that,
himself,
too.
yeah.
Well, as a human, but he was the can of vegetables for the rest of the time.
All
And
right,
he
hey
was in a
Matt.
few Arby's commercials.
I know I told you, so you be quiet on this. I'm going to give this to the panel. Who do you think was the weakest link in this movie in terms of actors?
The
I'm
woman.
going to read off the list. We had Bill Skarsgård, Nicholas Hoult, Lily Rose Depp, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Willem Dafoe, Emma Corrin.
Wait. Lily Rose Depp?
Yes.
Like
I heard she
Johnny
actually
Depp?
did pretty good. Yeah, Johnny Depp.
The answer to that, Brahma, is no. She
No.
did.
The answer to that
I was gonna say
statement
that.
you made is no.
That sounds like Daddy got me a gig.
Yeah. I mean, she decided to like, hey, we cast her,
Nepotism.
and
I believe they
well,
call that nepotism.
she was also willing to do full nudity, so that's probably another thing that got her the part because this movie.
So's Johnny Depp, I'm sure.
Yeah, this movie did require. Yes, Soul Assassin. This is Johnny Depp's daughter. The stupid question is Lily Rose related to Johnny Depp?
Wasn't her debut role in that movie in the gas station with Kevin Smith's daughter that Kevin Smith directed for them?
Yeah, they were in Yoga Hosers.
Yoga
That's the
Hosers.
one. I never watched it.
Neither did
Yeah.
I.
Yoga
yeah,
hosers.
So she is, and the sad part, a lot of the movie falls on her because if anybody knows, this is Nosferatu was the unauthorized like 1922 German version of Bram Stoker's Dracula when that was still copyright
Dracula.
protected. So they tried to change enough stuff to not be copyrighted, and they still got sued in 1922 by Bram Stoker's widow for copyright infringement.
Count
So
Warlock instead of Count
yeah,
Dracula.
exactly. And she is playing the Mina Harkness character. They
mean
give her German names for
Hatness,
it.
isn't it?
What? In like her in the name in this one?
Well, I don't know. Hatness like from Dune. I was trying to make it because that chick in Dune Prophecy looks like Dracula from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
I'm trying to
Oh,
figure out
boy.
where
Are you trying to go with the Harkonnens?
Harkonnen?
No, the Harkins. Is that it?
Harkonnen?
Conan.
Whatever. I don't give a shit. Fuck that.
Another Skarsgård?
Look, that's the first bad joke I've ever had on this channel. My channel.
Be the
My new
last.
channel. My new channel. My new channel.
Oh well, yeah, it's definitely.
he's talking
Well,
about his new
no,
channel.
there were a couple on the koala video that were.
We're gonna do this right here.
I mean, we could.
Uh-oh.
I don't wanna. I'm a little tender at the moment.
He's
Okay,
sensitive.
okay.
Thought I would have 1,000 subscribers by now.
I mean,
It's been
Listen,
48 hours.
you're
almost.
new at this. It'll come.
24 hours.
The Arconians? What do we do?
Oh, just let it go. It's fine. Listen,
Yes.
it's the ones that the most important jokes are the ones that don't land because they make you appreciate the ones that do even more.
That's
You
true.
have to
That's
fail
true.
to get better, or you can just
Sometimes
always
it's
be
not
good.
about it's about the jokes that bombed along the way.
Yep.
And that's why there's a new channel.
Yes, Lily Rose Depp is the weak link. She's got a. I mean, she's serviceable. Like she's she's basic. She's fine. Like she doesn't do anything terrible.
Damn,
But-
Chad called her a basic bitch.
That's what
Yes,
it
he
sounds
did.
like.
She is basic. For this role, she's not doing anything to elevate it. Like when you've got Bill Skarsgård in makeup being horror movie Bill Skarsgård, and that's like she's opposite him a lot because it's in the dreams. You know, Orlok is going after her character.
Seducing her.
Yeah, so she doesn't do anything to elevate it. I think a better actress could have elevated the movie more. It was a great movie. I appreciate it. I don't think it has to be seen in theaters. It's not anything where you won't at a home theater setup, maybe with a 4K TV, and your lady can see that in 20 in like in 480p.
You were about to give her way too much credit with that 20 at the start of that.
Yeah, but you're gonna be fine. It's not anything that has to be seen in theaters. It's not like with the first Dune movie where it was like, man, this thing pops in a theater. And in fact, the atmosphere might even be better because in the theater, if you're going and you've got like I did, even in a Alamo Draft House, you got people like snickering and chatting as stuff is happening. Kind of, this is a very atmospheric movie. You got to be able to be into it. You know who brings his A game though is Willem Dafoe. Always.
Always.
Guys,
in
100%. Always, he's 100% committed. So everybody else
100% committed to being William Dafoe.
Oh,
Sometimes
he
with
was.
an accent, sometimes without.
Well, this time he was doing their version of the Van Helsing character. So, and Aaron Taylor Johnson is in this one. Your sort of Taylor Kitsch buddy from
I like
Savages.
him too, though.
Was it Savages?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite, and it's not his best, but it's one of my favorite Oliver Stone movies. I think his best.
Any Given Sunday.
Yeah. I know that's gonna be controversial, but that's how we do it on the new channel.
I mean, I know some people would argue JFK or maybe even
Platoon.
Born on the 4th of July or Platoon.
Born on 4th of July is way down the list. I like it. Well, I liked most of it.
Or Wall Street.
No,
But I like it. Any Given Sunday is a great movie that has it's entertaining on its face value, but it has a lot of deep stuff going on. It's the best put together Oliver Stone movie as a Hollywood movie.
wait, which
A
movie?
lot of Any Given Sunday.
Okay,
Because you can watch it and just be entertained from like a football movie standpoint. But if you start pulling the threads and paying attention, there's tons of stuff,
Mhm.
like going on underneath. So it speaks, to a lot of different viewers can enjoy that. Whereas I think some of the war movies or even JFK where he gets knee deep into conspiracy theories that are probably true. I can't wait for stuff to get declassified and find out for sure.
I'd
But
rather them be focused on anything else.
then the JFK paperwork that was supposed to be out 4 years ago.
Yeah, I don't at this point. I don't. We all know that there was shady shit behind it. That's cool. Whatever.
Doesn't
If
you're
it
not
gets released,
concerned?
I'm not saying they shouldn't release it. What I'm saying is, I think their focus. I don't want it to
It's not gonna tell
detract
us anything
from
we don't
other
already know.
issues that are happening that
What I
need to be
hear-
addressed.
Here's the thing, though. It was the Warren Commission set it for 60 years because allegedly that was when all of the people involved would probably be dead and buried, so it wouldn't destroy anybody's careers.
Yeah.
Oh, there must be people still involved around because they keep trying to delay it and keep it from
But-
coming out. And
And that's
keep,
fine. I'm not
yeah.
saying don't release it, but I really don't want it to detract from the other issues that are more pertinent, like more relevant to my life.
You live in Texas. This is where it happened. You don't want to know?
The Alamo happened here too. I'm like, oh, release the Alamo papers.
Oh, the sure as shit you would be saying that. You're the king of like wanting to know what happened in history.
But not at the cause. Like, I'm just talking about the focus, the overall focus, or what we should be mandating for them to do. You know what I mean?
I feel like it's things they can do at the same time, though. There's
I
no
agree.
like we're gonna have our girl Tulsi over there as DNI. There's no reason that that's her job. It's not like her job isn't like fixing the economy. Her job is going to be dealing with intelligence stuff, so she can
Right. I would
bring
rather
the
her focus
paperwork.
on current day intelligent issues rather than something from 60 years ago.
I mean, I think the fact that some of our intelligence agency may have been involved with killing a president 60 years ago is relevant.
I think it will be important to dismantling these
Yes.
intelligence agencies and reforming them. So you should know which one was involved and how involved.
Ooh, Soul Assassin calling you out. Don't hate on the Thermopylae of the West, Mads. Alamo forever.
Wait, I wasn't hating. That was a
For everybody
pro-Alamo
watching
statement.
Mads' new channel, he just shat on the Alamo.
Bitch,
He
I
said-
live in the shadow of the Alamo. Don't I know?
Matt is like, I've pissed on the Alamo. I've been there. I've done that. Mad, why do you keep saying such
visited the
hurtful
basement.
things?
I've been to the Alamo once. When I was
Did
like 10.
Large Marge send you?
I was there when I was like 10. I've lived here. Oh boy, about probably over a decade now, and have not been back.
Oh, it's a place. It's probably like us around here going to Washington D.C. It's you do it a lot when you're a kid, and you get so burnt out on it that you're just like, nope. You guys go do that. We're
I mean,
done.
it's kind of like that, but I only went once and don't remember anything about it. So, a little like that.
Then
It's
it'll
a
be new to
building.
you. You should go. If you
I'm not
go
going
and
to that
see it, you'll be able to see it in 4K now.
That is true. Have you ever heard about that thing? It's I don't know if not necessarily a conspiracy theory, but there's this idea that color didn't exist before TV. Before we had color TV, people didn't color. Now that I say it out loud, this makes no sense.
I mean, I
No
don't
sense
understand the
whatsoever.
point. Why would they have made Wizard of Oz in color if it didn't exist before
Wait, hold
color
on.
television?
No, there's something to this. I'm just misremembering it.
So all those
All
things
pe-
that were painted long before color TV.
People only
had
saw
no
in
color?
sepia tones.
Hold on, now I gotta go Googling and shit.
Bride of Slender. You mean like people in the movie Pleasantville?
Wait.
Yeah, that's the source of my news.
You know what? I think I was just listening to somebody that is colorblind and never knew.
Hotter take for than Mads. Mount Rushmore overrated. Even pre 9/11, you couldn't get that close. Visitor Center was cool.
Okay, where the hell did I get this? This is what we're talking about when we talk about misinformation. What I was doing was exhibiting a classic example of what misinformation can do to someone.
So
Yes.
You're
just to
wrong.
clarify,
You're wrong.
hold on.
It's that
Before
you were just
before
showing
he
us
gives
how.
the explanation, misinformation is not getting something wrong and saying it the wrong way than it was actually published.
Dude,
So-
every time I step away, Mad says something so out of pocket that I have to come running back. The fuck are you talking about? People
welcome.
couldn't see in color.
I forgot
Slender.
where it came from.
Color
I don't
didn't
remember.
exist.
It's Slender. Are
But it
you
was a
sure you could
thing.
see this in color? Like,
Yes, I'm sure I could see this in color. I'm sure I used to watch Nick at Night at my grandma's house and it was all in black and white. And I was like, why is that in black and white? That's not how people look. And she was like, because that was the best TV we had at the time.
There's something to this. I just gotta
Mr.
find
Ed.
my source.
There's no source.
There's
The
a
movie
source.
Pleasantville does not count.
That's a good movie though.
It is a
it
good
is.
movie.
It is a good movie. That it is.
Except for all that liberal hippie bullshit they tried to push. Ugh,
Well,
I mean-
with the guy who started painting and shit.
yeah, like oh,
Ugh.
You know what's
Get a
funny?
job, hippie.
You know, if you were Toby Maguire's character and other kids started being like, I banged your mom last night, you'd know if they were honest because they'd be in color now instead of, black and white. It'd be kind of messed up.
True.
haha, here we go.
'Cause-
Why was there no color on Earth until the 19th century?
That doesn't make any sense.
No.
No.
He's gonna run with it. Let him.
Hold on, I got to read all the comments. It's on Reddit. Give me a second.
Okay. It's on Reddit. Reliable source.
We have
What the
fucking
hell are you even
ancient
doing
Greek
on
and
Reddit?
ancient Roman references to the
Oh, never mind.
statues and
That was
colors that they used.
Sorry, that
We
was
have
specifically
paintings
for
from the
camera stuff.
Renaissance.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, so for cameras. Oh,
Before
okay.
Kodachrome came around.
No, now, Matt, I'll grant you, Shredda probably couldn't see anything but black and white until the television was color.
Okay, no, I gotta step up for her. That is not my source is for Chad.
That was awesome to me.
Oh, is that your spinoff of 4chan? I like it.
4chan.
Or chat.
Yeah. Listen, women, and this isn't me being misogynist or misogynistic because it's a new channel. Women are okay.
Leave.
They're fine. They can stay. But
Dude, who are you? You're out.
That was sad.
Okay.
see what happens? I try to take up for women. All I was
Are you
gonna
re-
say.
Are you ready to be back on program now?
All I was gonna say was women can see more color and differences in color, but they can't see for shit when it comes to resolution. Like God forbid, they have never seen 60
Yeah.
frames per second in their
Right,
life.
the number of rods and cones. In
Yeah,
their
that's
eyes is
why-
different than the male eye.
That's why men see better at night than women do. My wife always talks about that because whenever it's after the sun goes down, she'll ask me to drive places if possible. And so my son is
You mean
at
you
10
let
years
your
old.
wife drive other times?
I mean, as long as she's
With
wearing
you
the
in the car?
handmaid's, as long as she's wearing the handmaid's tale outfit, it's allowed.
Women are
No.
capable
No, if you're in
of
the
driving.
car with your wife, you're driving. That's the
Well,
rules.
No, there's a couple of
Not
exceptions.
I
always.
mean, that's your rule. That ain't my
If-
rule.
if you're going to the hospital
Still
or
driving.
okay, fine. If your legs were cut off as he's taking you to the hospital,
I'll go
then-
with DD is the acceptable option.
yeah, that's another one. Yeah, see, that's two right there that we came up with.
Well, there's another one. They recommend after you come back from a 6 to 9 month deployment that you don't drive home because you probably shouldn't drive right away. You should like get your land
Yeah,
legs
that's
back
true.
first.
Yeah. But I mean, as soon as I was out of the hospital, I was driving again. I had a 6-speed too, manual transmission, and I couldn't move my left arm very much at that time, right? And so I would have to.
You don't need one arm to drive.
Well, it's a stick shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just have to
So use your
Give-
knees.
knee.
whatever. All right.
One arm
Anyways,
for the
it was more difficult than when you. I wish you guys could have walked a day of my flip flops. See how it was.
Women can 100% see really well. I'm gonna
That sounds
challenge that one.
defensive.
Well, at least they're in the right chat anonymously.
Gross.
Hey, that's the first woman commenting in Mad's channel's
Oh,
chat.
and the last.
Congratulations.
It's a new channel. Thank you. All are welcome here.
Mad, have you seen the
You
trailer?
will
for
make
the...
the New Year's mad.
All right, this is a question about a trigger warning. Did you see the trailer for Warfare?
Yes, I did.
What did it like bring back any strong memories for
Um,
you? Because there was a part where the Bradleys were circling the corner, and I was like,
Yeah.
I wonder-
I noticed it too. I'm good now. It's been a minute. Since then, did I tell you about when I first got out of the hospital? I made my stepmom take me to go get a 360, and my aunt and uncle, they came and they got me a game. And they got Ghost Recon Advanced Warrior, and I'm playing it. And during the training, like, okay, take this AT4 and blow up that Bradley, and I did. And it's sitting there and it's smoking. I looked at my dad and was like, "Dad, can you put Tiger Woods back in?" Like, it messed me up for a long time. You know, I didn't play that game for a long time. But yeah, that was the one that was directed by the dude that was deployed.
yeah, Ray Mendoza.
Yep. But
And
he's
it's gonna
getting
be
help.
done.
He's getting
Was
help
it-
though from another director, the director from Civil War.
Alex Garland, who's
Yep.
legit. Like, he's also, by the way, Alex Garland, whose name also came up recently, is the guy who wrote 28 Days, and he came back to write 28 years later.
Yeah.
So he's pretty solid.
But
All right.
yeah, so it takes
So
place
if
in
we-
the same time that I was there.
So if we play this, it's not going to be a
No, I'm good.
problem for you.
I've already watched it a couple times.
Because I saw it and I was like, this movie looks interesting, especially the idea of doing the evac like in real time.
Yeah. So this is actually what we would do too, right? We would run these they're called SKTs, right? Small kill teams. And we had a SEAL team working our AO, and they would, because they're in this house and you know there's people that live in that house, they would take a few of us offline to help pull security, right? Because there's just, you know, you gotta watch the family, you gotta watch the target you're looking at and everything else. So yeah, it was intense. It was awesome.
Neil Breen would have had white tigers coming out of them. rapids.
No,
Yeah.
no. The Bradleys would have turned into white tigers, and then they would have turned into beautiful women.
Beautiful was a little bit of a stretch on that woman, but okay.
Women. They would have
Yeah.
turned into women.
But
All
by
right,
the way, real quick,
uh,
Soul Assassin, I think you know me better than even my girlfriend.
Been watching Mad long enough to remember that story. Yeah. All right,
We
so
remember all the stories.
I saw this trailer actually on Nosferatu last night, and as I'm watching it, I was like, "Oh shit!" And when the Bradleys popped up, I was like, "I hope Mad doesn't just watch this trailer without." I hope we got to check, make sure he's okay.
No, I'm good.
if
I'd
he's
rather you
there.
not play it on my channel
Okay.
because I don't want to get claimed.
Yeah, I don't want to get claimed either.
I don't think they would. It's A24, but yeah, we can do that.
It's a great channel. If you want, I'll stop my live stream if you really want to play it.
No, it's fine. I just was gonna show it because I thought the trailer was actually pretty
It does. I do
well
recommend
put
it.
together, especially the part where they're just kind of sitting there chilling before
Yeah.
shit goes south.
Well, that's how it
And
always
it's good-
happens.
And
yeah.
I swear that one dude who was in Meet We're the Millers,
Yeah.
who's playing a soldier in this, is definitely in his getting upgraded to a real boy kind of phase where it's not just a nerdy, like he's actually, it's like, dude actually looks like a soldier in this one. Good for him. All right. Yeah, so we'll have to check that out. Not on the channel then. All right, so I know. So in the chat, if you guys want to play along too, we're going to start doing our year in review kind of commentary. When is Warfare set? Oh, okay, real quick. I think it's supposed to be circa 2006.
It is 2006.
Yeah. In
Same time I was there.
Specifically, that's the other thing that got me. I was like, oh, that would have been exactly
Yep.
like right around where stuff was happening. Yeah. So I was like, we've got someone who can, once the movie comes out, we can get a real like, is how legit authentic
Yeah.
was this movie?
I believe though they were in they weren't in Baghdad though. They were, I think maybe Daughter City. I think I don't know how to look it back up, but yeah, I can lend some thoughts to it.
All right. So we're just going to kind of, this is more informal. We're just going to kind of do go around. We'll do topics, movies, TV, video games. Slender's going to have a little more details on the video games because we'll do a full review for his part there. But so we'll just start with movies then. Everybody gets to just kind of say what was your favorite movie of 2024? Brahma?
Oh, we're just going straight to favorite, huh?
Well, I'm not trying to get you to
Your
make
mic's
like a
moving.
top 5 list. I figured it'd be easier just to pick
I
one.
honestly think it's harder for you to ask for one.
Is it? Okay, top
'Cause
3.
now I gotta pick.
Top 3.
And I've got to remember what actually came out this
Yeah,
year.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
I'm looking it
Deadpool,
up.
Wolverine, definitely in my top 3.
Oh,
That would be up there for me. Beekeeper, I thought was really good. Enjoyed it. And I'm not naming them as like the best movies. I'm the ones that I actually enjoyed.
All right, here we go. This is our worldwide box office for the year.
All right, I'll look even though I don't need to.
Got Inside Out 2, Deadpool, Wolverine, Despicable Me 4, Moana, Dune Part 2, Wicked, Godzilla, Kong, New Empire, Kung Fu Panda 4, Venom, Last Dance,
Here's
which
the
is
thing. I remember watching Dune Part 2, but I don't remember the movie at all.
That's probably my
Because they
favorite of the
blew it.
year. I absolutely love Dune 2, except for the very ending. They had to ruin it. I'm sorry. They nailed it with the ending when they focused on the girl for the first time instead of.
No,
So
that
it holds
was
up for me.
legitimately blowing the movie.
But
'Cause it
Dune
destroyed
Part
the
2
story.
is probably my favorite of 2024, unless I see something else, because I've watched it multiple times already. And yeah, I really, really enjoy it. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie.
I remember I liked it. I just
All right,
don't
I haven't-
remember it that much.
Eric in the chat has actually nailed mine because the movie I've watched the
I liked
most
Fall Guy.
times
I did
is
like
the Fall Guy.
Yeah, I
'Cause-
even watched the director's cut, the extended version or whatever
Yeah,
on Peacock.
I've probably watched that movie 3 or 4 times with other
I
people, like to
watched
get
it
them to watch
twice.
it.
I watched it with Bride, and she was like, "It was okay," and I was like, "Yeah,
You just don't get it.
suck."
Women's opinions are valid like anyone else.
No, they're not.
That movie is the Fall Guy is one of it's the biggest disappointment for me that didn't make money and Hollywood will choose
We're
to
not.
then take the wrong message from it. We can't do this kind of that was exactly. I was very disappointed in a lot of our segment of YouTube where people were shitting on it and not liking it. And I
On
was
which
like,
one?
I thought it was good.
Fall
I
Guy.
enjoyed it.
Oh, no,
Where-
I didn't hear anybody hating on it.
there were some people who were goofing on
Name
it.
them.
Like,
Let's name them.
I'm not naming names.
We're not naming and shaming here. If you
I'm just
if you
saying-
want that to be what your channel's about, Mad, you make that what your channel's about.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that. You can make that a secrets revealed channel. You can also break kayfabe anytime you want on your channel.
Well, you know what? Wolves is up there pretty high for me too. The Apple movie with Brad Pitt and George Clooney.
Yeah, it made no money because they only put it out for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but I want
It's
to.
worth it. It's really good. It is about meeting your best bro and overcoming impossible odds through the love of broness. You know.
Yeah, because they're both fixers and they
Yep.
yeah.
And actually, my tweet was picked up by their marketing team. where I
I'm
talked
sure
about
that did
We
nothing
remember
to
when that happened.
Yep, we got that.
Well, now
All
we
right.
know why the movie didn't do very well, huh?
So
It got
All right.
false reviews. I liked Twisters. I thought it was pretty good too.
I actually really enjoyed Twisters as well.
Yeah.
I
it
don't
was
know
good.
if I'd put it top 3 if that's what since that's kind of what we're looking. Imp, did you have 3 movies that you liked this
I
year?
saw one movie that came out this year and it was mid. So yeah, no, not really.
I'm not requiring it to be in the theaters, by the way. You can, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I didn't really watch anything that came out this year.
True.
I've only got 2. I guess I kind of liked Red One. I thought Red One was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was better than what I expected.
I watched 2 Christmas movies with the family. We watched Dear Santa and Red One, and Dear Santa really sucked. Like it was.
Oh wait, is that the one with Jack Black?
Jack Black?
Jack
Yeah,
Black
I watched
is
that one too.
Satan, but not. He's just a low level demon.
Yeah. I watched
I didn't
watched
like it.
Krampus for the first time.
That movie's good.
Krampus is amazing, but that's not
Well-
a 2024 movie.
No, I was because we're talking Christmas movies real quick because we had that whole thing last week about Krampus. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
You're damn right you did.
You still way overpraised that movie.
How dare you? I like it because it took a different tack than most Christmas movies do.
Yeah.
Actually, Chad, I take back what I said. I forgot there was something that came out this year that I saw.
Abigail?
No, the Gundam Seed Freedom.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And that
Okay.
was actually quite good. And I was
Why-
never really a big fan of that part of the franchise. So they did a good job with that.
I know I'm missing a movie. I'm trying to find.
Why
it.
are you making the noise when I said Abigail? That's a good horror movie. Like, why
It's
are you-
Hollywood. I want it to burn.
Did you watch it?
Don't
Did you
care.
even-
It's Hollywood. I want it to
Time out.
burn.
Time out. You haven't even seen it. You can't just don't like. It's right up your
You're
alley.
missing the point I'm making, Chad. It came
I
from Hollywood.
realize.
I want Hollywood to burn.
He's
Literally.
indifferent to
I wanted to just modify a lot of his like policies and stuff. I want to see it.
Yes, I would like it to
reformed.
correct its deficiencies.
Yeah, not for it
They
to
won't.
burn.
That's why they need to burn.
Well, they're not.
Now
gonna
can
do
we
that
talk
either,
about
but
worst
I mean,
3?
out of the 2 things that are more likely, what's more likely to happen? The whole industry burned down, or there's some type of,
Correction.
A
yeah.
shakeup that fixes some things.
All right. I'll just real quick. I'll give the 3 that I thought were the best this year. I Deadpool, Wolverine.
Correct.
No shocker there. I really liked Fall Guy, which is down
Also
here
correct.
25th on the list. Which is again disappointing that it didn't make more. And this is where I get into like parent versus myself. Like if it was for me, I would probably say Twisters would be my 3rd favorite, just because it was a good time at the theater and it was a fun action movie. It was a good summer movie. But the like as a family movie, the Wild Robot is fantastic. Finally saw it. It's
Yeah, I didn't
it
watch
is
it.
it is it is great. So that I would say you can swap out either of those for like the 3rd pick and it would be fine. Everything there was some other stuff like I know that me and Slender both enjoyed Ghostbusters Frozen Empire more than
Right.
it seemed like a lot of other people did.
yeah. I got like
So,
20 minutes in, and I was done.
Yeah,
I
so-
liked it. I wouldn't say it was a bad movie. I think the accusations that were leveled against it were a reach.
I believe so. Wild Robot is it DreamWorks, so it might be on Peacock now. Yeah, I haven't. Vic Fontaine hasn't seen it. It is.
Now,
Yeah.
for the record, though, I haven't seen Megalopolis yet, so I may be teasing this later on because I'm probably going to see it next week.
You might be Matt will be the one guy besides Francis Ford Coppola who likes that movie. I
You
will
can
say
watch
like
Wild Robot on YouTube, Fandango, Apple TV, Google Play, and Amazon Prime.
That's
that
where
means
you can
it's
rent
all
it.
for that's where you can pay for it. So yeah, there are other options for everybody on this stream if they wanted to.
But not on this stream.
For our
Yeah.
panel, for the people on the
Oh,
panel.
okay. Yeah, sorry. I thought we were trying to promote something else that
No,
will
we're not promoting anything.
Nope.
We're not even
Never
talking
do.
about anything. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Eric's like Ghostbuster praise might incept culture into the chat. He took that one hard to revisit that one. I agree, Brahma. Beekeeper was actually a really surprisingly fun time.
Mhm.
I mean, you know what you're getting with Jason Statham, but this one was actually on the higher tier of his movies that I think.
But still
And-
absolutely
Weirdly,
bananas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Jason Statham is an overrated actor.
Oh yes,
He-
of course.
No, he's got
Loved him in
Not
Snatch,
an actor, he's an action guy.
and I don't like him in anything else, really.
He's got a
Oh, I don't know
specific
about that.
window where he's good and he needs to stay within that zone. I will say here, this is another one where this is an unpopular opinion. I really enjoyed Civil War. The movie,
I'm with you 100%. I
and,
think it is a beautiful film
it is
to begin with. I was
Alex
fine with
Garland,
it.
by the way, I believe, did that one as well.
Yes, he did.
So it's shot amazing. I actually I get what the director was going for in making what everybody was like. It's cuckoo bananas to have Texas and California siding with each other, because none of it was about specific sides.
Right.
It was about like, hey, nobody wins in a civil war environment. You're all the bad guy. Like it's all bad things that happen for your country when this happens. Don't like feel like happy about this happening. Don't rush for it. Nobody's going to be good. People are going to be gouging you for prices. They're going to be hanging people in the streets. You're going to have bad things happen. And this movie wasn't about getting into the right or wrong of whose politics were right about it. It was more like, this is what we do right now. We send people to go document civil wars that are occurring, and we see it over here and we're like, oh, isn't that crazy? This stuff was happening. Let's look at these pictures and all that stuff that come out of it. I thought it was really well done. So I liked it.
Also, The Killer. We probably should mention that one. It's not my favorite movie from him. Didn't that come out this year?
Yeah, I believe so.
From who? For what?
From David Lynch, isn't it?
David Lynch did.
Dude, that is interesting that Haikyuu is on the list.
Oh yeah, because made 100 million worldwide.
It's an anime about volleyball.
No, sorry, that came out last year.
I
That's
mean,
my
I
fault.
like it, but
Was it last year? Okay.
Yeah.
Another
I'm
one that I
surprised
did.
it's that high on the list.
Another couple that I did enjoy were the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It wasn't a
David
great
Fincher,
movie,
not
I
David
did
Lynch.
like that movie.
I did not.
and I did like Boy Kills World.
I
You-
didn't watch it.
No. I hate how much praise that movie got for its fight choreography when all of it was Mad Dog. If he wasn't there, they would have never been able to do what they were able to do.
But he was.
Oof,
Now-
Dr.
right, but
Anonymous
he doesn't get
colleague with a
credit.
bad take.
You want to talk about an indictment of movies, though? Interstellar's re-release was able to be the 72nd like highest grossing movie of the year. So-
Also, hold on a second.
Oh, hold on. So some
Hey,
opinions
I'm
belong
glad that,
in the other chat.
Okay, first off,
I'm
Jason
glad this was
Statham
on
is
Mads.
57 years old. He's not even your generation.
Real quick, this is unrelated to anything. Hey, babe, you don't have to be in my chat. Okay, back.
Yeah, this is exactly this is exactly the kind of level of discourse I expect from Mad's new channel. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so Vic Fontaine's is, if he had to pick Deadpool 3, Dune 2, and doesn't really have a third, perfectly acceptable.
I mean, I like Jason Statham. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, Snatch, I fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorites, and I think Statham knocked it out of the park in that one.
so for
I
me,
enjoyed the first Meg, but the second one was fucking terrible.
yeah, and I
I
think
don't like Fast
Beekeeper.
and the Furious, but I like the spin-off that they did with him and The Rock. Hobbs and Shaw.
That movie was fine till they went
Vanessa
to
Kirby
Samoa.
being in it wasn't a problem for me either. So
Yeah, you are like the biggest Vanessa Kirby fanboy I've ever met. So
I didn't
do like some
mind him in the
Vanessa Kirby.
Transporter. I thought the Transporter was decent.
what about what was it? Crank?
Hated it.
Crank, I like Crank. I mean,
fucking
that's
hated
because
Frank.
I like Amy Smart. I thought she was really funny in Just Friends. I think she's
Just Friends is
underrated.
really good.
And it's a Christmas movie, technically. So
Aren't they
Yes, you're right.
What was the other one I was thinking of that was kind of would probably be surprising, but the Sydney Sweeney one. Anyone
this was
for
a good
him or
movie,
whatever.
but made
Yeah.
no money. The Bike
It's a
Riders.
little slow and drawn
Was this
out.
one- were you thinking of Immaculate?
No, anybody
What'd you
but him
do?
or whatever that.
I
the-
accidentally clicked while I was highlighting, so it's fine.
Well, now we're lost completely. I don't
this
know where
year?
we are.
What happened?
We're back. I was highlighting the movies we were at, and why is it not? All right, Madam. We were. I think
Okay.
we were right around here.
Yeah, because there's Civil War
Right,
there at
we've-
the bottom.
We've
Yeah.
discussed a lot of these. We should move on and talk about the worst movies of the year.
All right. Yeah. Let's do that. What's our pick?
Oh,
Ones
boy.
that we let's and we're gonna restrict it to ones we've seen.
Madam Web.
I
That
Is that
definitely would be.
2024?
so much.
It is.
Yeah.
Remember,
Oh my
we went and
God.
saw it.
Man, that and
It was
and
so
and
bad.
Gladiator 2. Whew.
Madam Web, right down here.
There's a cornucopia of
I haven't
shitty
seen
movies
Gladiator
this
2
year.
yet.
It's bad. It's so fucking bad.
Let's see.
I'm gonna withhold my opinion until I see it.
Oh, don't
Which one?
worry.
We've also got
Well,
Craven, so those
I haven't
both
seen
came
it.
out the same year.
I haven't seen Craven yet, so I can't say.
Horizon Americans.
I liked it. No, I liked
Theoretically
it.
speaking, Craven killed the Spider-Man universe for them, didn't it?
Do we want to indict
I think it
Horizon
pissed-
as
I
being
think-
the movie that Costner decided to bail on Yellowstone for?
I liked it. I enjoyed it probably more than most. I'm excited to see chapter 2. But as far as Craven being the one to kill the Spider-Verse, I think that it was just pissing on the dead corpse that
The
Madam Web
had-
left
yeah.
behind. Yeah.
Yeah, the horse had already expired. They just gave
Yep.
it a couple more kicks for good measure.
This is really sad. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare's like worldwide total was only $29 million.
I had issues with the movie.
The
I
Dark
thought
Knight
it was
Rises
fun.
re-release made $100,000 less.
The Rebel Moon movies.
All right, this is the worst one I saw. The Crow.
Yeah.
That's my number one withable, like even worse than Madam Web, because I think the source material for The Crow is actually fairly easy to make an entertaining movie with, and they still fucked it up. So that's number
Dude,
one.
I
That's the
can't-
worst.
I could kind of make the same argument for Beetlejuice, though. Like they had the formula, and they just the more I think about it, the more that movie just fucking failed. It was not good.
All right, so
Disappointing.
your three that I'm guessing would be Madam Web, Beetlejuice, and Gladiator 2
Yeah, I think those are my three.
that you actually saw.
Those three movies were fucking terrible. They were terrible.
It's interesting that
Furiosa
these
wasn't all
two-
that great either.
It's funny that these two are right next to each other. Ordinary Angels and Cabrini.
I didn't
Why?
see the new Crow Soul, so I can't weigh in on that. That's not one of my worst three because I didn't even bother.
It was very bad.
Nosferatu's already the 108 and just came
Good.
out. It'll crank up a lot. I didn't see The Apprentice, but apparently people are mad about Sebastian Stan humanizing Trump.
What?
Oh,
That
wait,
is not
wait,
the
wait.
vibe that I got from it.
It's Hollywood. That's how they. What about this
Ooh,
one? We
wait,
forgot.
Wait. Beetlejuice was better than Romulus. I'm sorry. Alien Romulus is probably number 3 on my worst.
Yeah, that was bad
No.
I
too.
was not
No.
happy with that one.
No, Romulus was fine.
No, it
What?
wasn't.
No,
It wasn't
No,
The
You're
ending
insane.
wasn't as good as it could
wasn't
have
as
been, but it was.
good.
The
It was
movie wasn't
completely
as good.
bananas. Are you kidding me? Everything was just remember this, remember that, remember this, remember this, in the worst way possible.
and delivered the worst way you could.
The floating acid is so absurd.
How is it absurd? It would float.
Dude, it burned through the entirety of the ship so quickly. It was dumb that
The body
everything
heat thing.
became so ridiculous as
The
per
body
compared
heat
to the
thing bothered
originals.
me. The
Yeah.
of like, okay, if we just keep our temperature, as soon as you walk in the room, one, you all have different body temperatures. Okay, there's so many different things that will affect that body temper for you to think that you can keep it at a certain temp the same across multiple people. Just no.
Yeah.
I watched Mission Impossible. As long as Tom Cruise can catch that drop of sweat, it's fine.
No. No, that movie was terrible. Everything about that movie was terrible. Everything was a freaking.
God, I told you not to be in my chat.
It would, but it would like it would float.
Yes, but it wouldn't melt through the bottom of the ship instantly.
It took some time to do that.
And
No,
how
it really didn't.
The plot armor that she had, like how lucky she was to be stabbed by the tail, but in a non-vital area of her
caught by
body.
the tail. It didn't even stab her. It just wrapped
Oh, that's
around
right.
her.
That's right. It didn't even stab her. It just grabbed her like a
Grabbed her
dolphin
out of the air
penis.
without her back breaking completely in half.
Yes, and then instead of killing her instantly, it was like, "Rah!" Is the guy gonna come shoot me yet? Nope.
Another major disappointment this year was Argyle. I really wanted that.
Hold
to
on.
be a good
I
movie.
wanted it to be good too.
We're all
I didn't
sleeping on.
mind it.
We're
I
all
didn't think it was
sleeping on the
great.
one I
Said
just
things that we
highlighted.
saw. I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
I don't know what that is.
I know, but I know someone
Oh
else was here.
shit! There's so many bad movies. That one was terrible too.
I just reminded Slender because I made it. We did go see that one. So,
What
I'm
is it? I
sorry.
don't know what
Like
it
everybody
is.
who says, "Oh, she's
War
not
of
a
the
girl
Road,
boss,"
yeah.
I'm like, no, because they put a girl boss next to her. Like,
It's the
oh, that movie was
animated
terrible.
Lord of the Rings.
It's bad. Don't bother. Don't fucking
Blue
bother.
Lock had a release that made like 14 million. Good for them. And there's wait, finally, all the way down at 130 is
Cannot
Mads.
wait.
Am I racist? 12 million. Which is the same. Bonhoeffer has made that much. That's crazy.
Well,
That's surprising.
considering the people who published Am I Racist, I guess the answer to that is no, but you are an asshole.
Sound of Hope was another Angel Studios.
Here we go. The Lord of the Rings Return of the King re-release has made almost as much as War of
Just-
the Rohirrim.
Just Return of the King?
Yep.
That's weird.
Because this is the I believe 20th anniversary of Return of the King.
Okay.
You know, wait. I gotta look up Neil Breen's movie, Tortured Cade Tortured Crossing. Was that 2023 or 2024?
I'm pretty sure it was 2024.
Yeah,
So
I think
far,
that was
but-
2020. Well, no, because I think you went and saw it in 2023,
Yeah.
but the DVD came out in 2024.
True, we were blessed
January.
enough to go to a screening.
Did you see Homestead yet? By the way, Brahma, were
No.
you guys able to secure that
have
one?
have not gotten a screener yet. I don't know about the others. We haven't. Like I said, I didn't do a whole lot of Twitter this week.
Yeah, we're getting real down low here. Oh, Overlord Sacred Kingdom made 7 million.
Never heard of
That
it.
was a good movie. I enjoyed that.
Yep. All right.
Land of Bad at the very bottom. I know it was a Netflix movie, but even still, it deserves more money than that. I really enjoyed it. I think it's
Yeah, I don't
Very
bother
underrated.
to watch 99.9%
But
of the shit Netflix does because
this is a really good
it's
one. Though.
usually a safe bet that it's going to be garbage.
This one was really good. Russell Crowe, the lesser Hemsworth, and
Liam Hemsworth.
yeah, sure, or one of the other ones. I don't know. I don't know how many there are, to be honest.
No, I don't either.
But it's worth a watch if you want something to watch on Netflix. Land of Bad is really, really good.
Okay, I'll make a note of it.
The military movie, they do it right for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of bad on the 2024 list. I did a lot of, like I said, using the parameter of having seen it so that we would actually have a real opinion instead of just being mad about things that we haven't seen.
That's not what we do over here, anyways.
Yeah.
That's other places.
Was this the live action version of it?
Cells at War. Did they did a live action?
Yeah.
Oh no,
You
no.
You hadn't seen that? That they made a live action version of it?
Why would I want? I liked the anime. I also didn't watch the live action One Piece because I thought One Piece was a stupid show.
Oh, I liked it a lot. I wish more animes did what they did. I would watch more animes if they were live action.
I dare you to go watch the anime.
No.
It's terrible.
Here you go. We'll keep the mute room. Just we get to the part where we're zooming in.
No. Guys, no.
I don't know what this is.
Cells at work.
Guess what all the people in red are? Red blood cell.
Yeah.
And there's a white blood cell fighting off viruses.
Oh, the viruses are ninjas with tentacles?
Apparently.
Oh boy.
I don't even know what this is.
It was a good
So-
anime.
Do you remember Osmosis Jones?
Yep.
It was
It-
the anime
it-
version of
An
that.
anime version of that. And so this is a live action version of that anime. And the way they basically all the cells were, are people living inside the body. So white blood cell and red blood cells.
Also,
Hey,
there's
that's-
really no way they can do it justice because in the anime, the white blood cells all have knives for no apparent reason, and they cut viruses to pieces and then eat their corpses.
Yep.
Okay.
So that was I just couldn't that I was like, oh, that's on the list. A new tangent, anime tangent. There we go.
I can
Um,
say, if any of us had seen it, from what everybody else said, we would have had it on the worst list. Is the American Society of Magical?
Oh
Well-
yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, you
but I
can
don't
use
think
that
any of
word
us
on you can use that word on Mad's channel, just not ours.
I mean, I ain't wasting my pass for that.
This that
The
movie
sad
got
thing is the guy who was the lead in that movie, I really do think that kid has the potential to be a great actor. It's just he lands the worst roles.
because he was in Dungeons and Dragons too as well.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
was
I
in
know who you're
Dungeons
talking
and
about.
Dragons.
Yeah.
He was pretty good in that.
He,
No,
was
I've
he in
seen him in
Jurassic
some other
Park?
things.
He was he was in the new Jurassic Park movies. He was also in Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu. Like,
Which,
he
by the way,
could be a
actually
great
was
actor, but they just
that
put
was
him
a
in
hit.
dumb
So
roles.
that one was a hit. So he did fine with that choice. I guess the new Jurassic Park movies made a lot of money too, so he was fine there. All right, so worst movies, worst three for me that I actually saw. Madam Web got to
Definitely
be
one
in
of them.
there.
Madam Web, The
Um,
Crow.
I'm gonna
Alien
say-
Romalox.
Joker Folie à Deux because of how much it kind of like just shat on a movie I did like.
Didn't bother. I knew that was going to be a pile of shit.
And it was in terms of unnecessary sequels, that one was probably. I mean,
Well,
I
all
know.
sequels are basically
And
unnecessary. I mean, you know what I
Horrible
mean?
as a musical.
Yeah, yep. I don't mind musicals.
Oh,
just don't mind.
Unless
do.
the end of the first movie is to be continued, there shouldn't be a second movie.
Okay, no, I
Okay.
disagree with that. That's not what I was saying at all. I was just saying that the idea of like, who was even asking for that? That's such a shit argument. It doesn't, you know what I mean? No movies.
Nobody asks for
Are-
it. It's
are-
gross enough that we should try to make another one.
Yeah, movies are not a necessity. They are not a human right. They're not vital for life to continue. Don't act like oh, who was even asking for that? Who the fuck cares? Watch it. Don't watch it. It doesn't matter.
I just noticed this one on the list. I will tell you that Bad Boys Ride or Die is actually fairly solid and very
Same.
enjoyable.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
couldn't get past the first 10 minutes. I fucking hated it.
What
I
Did
tried
you
to watch it. It sucked.
did you like any of the previous Bad Boys movies?
I liked the first one.
Okay,
Then-
so
all right.
then
No, never mind. You just didn't like them.
Don't even know why you bothered trying.
if you
I
are
don't know why I did it because you guys told me it was so good, and I watched the first 10 minutes and I was like, okay, so he's standing on the roof with a fucking with a hospital gown, talking about how he had this epiphany. This is stupid. I hate this. I'm watching something else.
And I'll say the line. I've never seen any of them.
Racist.
You're not missing out that much, Brahma. None of them was like must see movie. They were
Bad
okay.
Boys. Bad Boys was a good is a good franchise. The movies have gotten better the last two than I think. When they
Okay,
brought
I
in
disagree.
The girlfriend and I still would be like, "Who that? Who that? The devil."
Yeah. That's the devil, Mike.
Oh, she literally gets in the other room and says, "The devil's not welcome here."
And I also really enjoyed giving was his name Reggie?
I like Reggie
because I forgot that he's been around since the
first one.
First
He was
movie.
15.
Yeah, and it's the same kid actor.
Yep.
And man, did he I love that he was playing Call of Duty when the scene happened.
Yes.
Because what is he doing? He's a Marine. Get him out of there, Reggie. What is Reggie doing? Oh shit.
Victor Fontaine. Those were good choices. They were all pretty decent movies.
Let's see.
Like I said, the only problem is I don't remember much of Dune 2 because they really slow played that whole fucking. Not a lot happened.
Dune 2. I mean,
Dune
2 was good.
Like, tell me the key beats that happened in the movie though. Like, nothing fucking happened.
Yes, things happen.
What?
The whole movie was a battle for the most part.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my point. Like, other than the fact that the whole movie was a battle, there was nothing pushing the story forward. They pretty much ended up in the exact same place that they were at the end of the first fucking movie.
He was the new emperor of the known universe by the end.
Which was entirely different.
Place.
He forced the whole empire to completely bow to him.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the other houses
at the end.
Yes.
Yeah, but the other houses didn't bow. He's not the emperor of the known universe yet.
Okay,
he's not recognized, right?
That's another piece of shit thing that was totally not in the books. Like,
they did a lot that wasn't in the books by the end of that.
Once the Spacing Guild agrees that he's the emperor, he's the emperor.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, if the Spacing Guild, if he wants, now that he is in control of the spice, all these other great houses, if they wanted to revolt, would be effectively completely cut off from the universe because nothing would be allowed into their planet.
No, Eric, my point is that there aren't a lot of actual story beats happening in the movie. They literally slow play out one fucking story beat until the end of the movie. Like, you could skip to the last 15 minutes of it and get everything you need from that movie.
Well, that's like, I mean, technically that might be true for a lot of movies where you can just skip to the end and pretty much.
I don't like when movies. I don't like when they tell the story that way. And to me, it was just like, okay, they're dragging this out because they want a third movie.
No, they've covered everything that was in the first book by the end of this movie.
They didn't have a whole lot to cover in this movie, though.
Oh no, they had a lot to cover, and they loved it. It's the one thing. Dune is like the one book where I get book purist about it.
The problem that they had is they didn't do the time skip.
Yeah, they needed the time jump. They completely cut up Alia, but there was beats, man, taking the water of life.
Yeah,
and doing that. We had the part where the scene where he actually goes, even though I disagree with, because this was an add-on thing where he goes to win over the fundamentalist Fremen, was actually executed really well.
I agreed. Yeah.
Like when he gets up there and starts like using his other memory to fucking be like, and premonition to like talk, I was there with your grandfather and then doing all this stuff.
One of my issues with Timothy
Chalamet.
Yeah, that's it. Chalamet. I was close. Is that just like Orlando Bloom in Heaven, Kingdom of Heaven? Like he looks like, you know what I mean? He looks too soft. Like his heart pumps Kool-Aid. So I'm like, who's gonna follow him? But I think that scene right there, specifically that scene in a few others across the two movies,
I feel like he stepped up in this one.
Yeah, I bought into him.
I wasn't buying him in the first movie, but by the end of this one, I was buying him.
Agreed. Yeah.
I just
And I
felt
think
like
that's
the
shown
story plodded
through
along
the
really slow.
story beats of this movie, is how that character is developed into what you see at the end.
No, I think his development was good. I think his development was the highlight of the movie. But like the stuff they did on Harkonnen, I didn't care. Like, okay, cool. It looks neat because it's all black and white.
I really
I
like
guess
that
they hadn't
Butler
invented
kid.
color TV on Harkonnen yet.
How dare you bring that up? That was so long ago. We're in a new hour.
But like there was just a lot of very long, drawn out sequences where nothing's really happening, but there's a visual spectacle on the screen. And like I said, you could compress that down into about 20 minutes of actual shit that mattered.
Fucking Eric Myers. The fall guy. Hey, Colt. Sorry you're injured, but we need you to find Tom. Skip to the final 15 minutes. Colt, Tom tried to kill you, but we're gonna wire tap him.
Yeah, I mean the Fall Guy was well done. So
I think the fall guy did well. I think.
Yeah.
I
even
really like that Phil
appreciate-
Collins
I think
song,
you
too.
need to go
Yeah.
through that whole movie to get each of the story beats and understand what's happening.
I also love in the end of the Fall Guy when Aaron Taylor Johnson gives the plan and he's like, "This is super convoluted. Nobody's gonna like that. You got to keep it simple. It's like that's why you need carbs. Your brain runs on carbs.
Yeah.
You need the sugar."
I wanted to hate Ryan Gosling for so long after Notebook, but my God, that dude has won me over. He can do no wrong. I'll watch him in anything.
We've got the Nice Guys.
I love the Nice
which
Guys. I'm a
is-
big Shane Black fan, so that's not surprising.
He was so good in that one.
Drive,
Drive is great.
Beyond the Pines.
Ryan Gosling is a goddamn national treasure, even though
He
he's
is.
Canadian. So
No, he's American now. He's been
has he?
declared. Yeah. We declare it.
He retired Eva Mendes.
Yep.
Wait.
With that
Butler will
dick.
always be the Shannara Chronicles kid to me. Was he in that travesty?
Austin Butler.
Yeah. Austin Butler, yeah, that from Dune 2. I like him a lot. In the theater, Greta was like, "Oh, that's."
He was in the. Oh God, that movie.
Greta was like, "Oh, that's Pennywise." I'm like, "What? That's Skarsgård." I'm like, "No, that's not. That's his Butler." guy.
It's Austin Butler.
He
And he
would
was
not
doing-
believe me
It's
until
disappointing because like my favorite books were the Shannara books back in the day, and I was really hoping the Shannara Chronicles wouldn't be a pile of shit, but boy was it a pile of shit.
All right. There are a few American national treasures that are actually Canadian. Yes, I get it. That I do mention it when they are. Like, before he passed away, Alan Thicke was an American treasure as a father of the 80s like TV show, and he was Canadian. His son, on the other hand, who I believe is technically American, not a national treasure, but it's fine. Oh, good take agrees, Slender. So there you go.
Sifty Jism doesn't.
No, I think.
Yeah,
he
I
was
think
talking
Good
about
Take is
Shannara.
agreeing with the Terry Brooks thing. The
Yeah.
Shannara
No,
books.
I know. I was just saying Shifty doesn't
And
agree.
those are what made me want to be a writer.
As a fan of the TV show, okay, yes. If we were going to do a Lee Majors detective story of the week TV show movie, like I get it. It was a little different, but
I
you
would
have
look
to
at it
make
as just the
accommodations.
name.
Yeah, I think that this one was. If you want to look at it spiritually, he was playing they love stunt work in the movie. They make a point of going into
Yeah.
like the stunt work. I mean, that's what you were getting from the Fall Guy stuff.
Like The Nice Guys is a spiritual sequel to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yes. Which, I mean, if you want to go through like the buddy cop,
Oh,
Kiss
Kiss Bang
Hall
Bang's
of Fame.
awesome. Yeah, that
Is this
Last Boy
true,
Scout.
Chad?
Hold up. Yeah, there's an Alien TV show
Yeah.
on FX Hulu. Yeah. It's going to be
It's not
set on
out
Earth.
yet.
No.
And it's set on Earth. Yep.
Yeah. So it's going to, no, I'm not sure.
I'm sure that'll be great.
Maybe. Yeah,
No.
I know. But the only thing that it's got going for it's from Noah Hawley.
And
Who
we should know
is-
him why.
Fargo.
This means nothing to me.
The TV show Fargo.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Legion. Did you watch Legion?
Oh,
at
I
all?
loved Legion. Are you talking about with
Dan
with
Stevens.
Vision? Oh no, you're thinking of Legion, the TV show. Yeah, that was okay. I couldn't finish
Oh,
it. I never got through.
You
all
were
of it.
thinking of Legion, where Paul
With
Bettany
Vision.
plays the angel protecting.
Yes, I love that
Wait,
movie.
Was that Eva Mendes in that? No, it wasn't. It was
No,
a
it
girl
wasn't.
who sort of looked like her.
Yeah, but it's white.
Yeah. Oh, it's because it's what's her name? Yeah, I know. And
Quaid's in it. Dennis Quaid.
Yep. Man.
Oh,
Dennis
and
Quaid.
what's his name from Tokyo Drift? The one that's
I just remember him from. Did you ever watch in the '90s? There was a show called American Gothic.
I remember that show.
And he was the kid on that.
He was also in Jarhead, but he's typecast because he can't get rid of his West Texas accent.
Yeah, I think he was on NCIS, New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Yeah. Is his name like Lucas Black or something like that? Something weird. I just remember the American Gothic TV show because the guy was it the dad from the Brady Bunch movies? He was in Dodgeball as the announcer. Office
Brady
Space
Bunch movies.
Gary Cole. So Gary Cole played like what I guess was essentially the devil on American Gothic in human form. And yeah, somebody's at the door. So and he was his character's name was Sheriff Lucas Buck. And the very first episode, when he's talking to a reporter and he goes, it's Sheriff Buck, looks right at the reporter and goes, that's with a B, not an F. So they're doing like this guy's got kind of funny. And the show was weird. It was when the X-Files had hit. So all the regular networks were trying to do like weird sci-fi fantasy TV shows to try to cash in on it.
He was also the quarterback in Friday Night Lights, the movie.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Nobody's seen Friday Night Lights. My God.
No, I've seen it. I just didn't
great
know.
movie.
Why would I watch that movie?
Because Billy Bob plays the coach in that one versus the other guy who plays in the TV show. Yeah, Chandler.
They actually that stadium in Landman at the beginning, that was the same stadium. And so Billy Bob talked about going back and all these people he was talking to that were there for the movie. Pretty cool.
So that's actually a good transition there, Mad,
Thank
to
you.
TV shows, because Landman might be on your list. I just to have something on the screen. This is what Rotten Tomatoes, based on ratings, is putting up as the best shows of 2024. So I can pretty much
Rotten Tomatoes,
like they're wrong all over the place.
Yeah, they have Arcane up there at number 3.
Dude, Arcane is extremely popular, especially with the younger crowd.
Did you see the story about how Arcane did nothing for their bottom line? It was hilarious. Like,
I mean, I don't know what that means.
League of Legends, right? You know, they got no new game. Like, people did not come in to play the game.
Dude, it's like a 30-year-old fucking game.
But they spent over $200 million making this show.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna come back and play a game that old. It doesn't.
Especially when there's nothing really about the gameplay or any of it.
I know, but the way they sold it to the higher ups at the company was, if we spend this money and produce it, it's going to generate a giant influx of people playing the game.
Well, I would hope if they produce it, they're getting a portion of the profits from the show.
No, there were no profits. There's no profits from this show. It is nothing but loss. You didn't.
Well, I can tell you right now, my number 1 is probably Shogun.
I have it on my list.
Yeah.
Wow, really? Am I the only one that's seen it?
On my list.
I've got about 6 or 7 shows that I thought were really good this year.
Splendor.
Shogun is on there.
Dude, I don't watch a lot of TV,
There's
man.
all kinds of blades in it, dude. It's so blade centric.
Mad.
That's like your thing.
You know how when you watch a military movie and you're like, they wouldn't enter the room that way. Why isn't that guy checking his corners? All that stuff.
I would love for you to tear
it. Be applied to Shogun.
Yeah, I would love to see you tear it apart. I'm telling you, you're missing out.
Trying to look Shogun. Yeah, Evil. Has anybody watched Evil? It's on season
My
4 now.
Yes.
wife watched Evil, and I was like, why do you keep watching this? You hate
I know. I'm same here. Yeah. So
That's how I feel about
I 100%. I like the idea behind it. Man, do they fuck it up every chance they get.
It's-
Man, do I hate that. Oh,
Dr. Anonymous colleague says,
Ooh.
"Wow, wish I could have seen Shogun. Did
it's still
someone
available.
watch
You
it?
should check it out.
Was someone
You watch
supposed
it
to
on the
watch
good
it with
TV?
somebody else?
No.
and you couldn't wait?
That is not what happened. I don't
So
remember
I mean,
how it
here's
happened,
the
but
thing,
something else
right?
happened.
Bride wants
Yeah.
to watch a lot of things with me, but we'll like sit down to watch a show, and like half of the first episode in, she's just over there gone, just. And I'm like, "Are
Yep.
you asleep?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna keep watching it."
Bro, I feel you. Same thing. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to watch
think
this
that's
show because
universal.
I know you're not interested in it. Cool. So I'm like half a season in. She comes out, watches one episode, and now I have to wait for her
Now
to watch.
she's
all of-
interested.
Yep.
So that happens a lot with me with anime. And, Slender might so I'll watch an anime. I'll be like, "Hey,
No truth.
Bride of Chad," and to
Proof.
use the whatever. And I'll tell my wife, I was like, "Hey, we'll watch this one because this one should be one you'll like. It's a romancy one or something like that." And it'll be like the first couple episodes we'll get through, and they'll be really good. And then and I'll wait and wait and wait, and it'll be weeks. And I'm like, did you want to watch? No, she's gonna like completely tail. I was like, fine. And then I just power through the show because it's. And then when she wants to come back to it, she's like, "Oh, I thought we should watch some of that. I finished it."
Oh,
Why didn't you wait? Because that was 6 months ago. So
another one of my favorites that I know no one else saw because nobody ever listens to me is Boy Swallows Universe. It's an Aussie series with the
Okay, well, you tell everybody about that, and I'll be back.
American treasure that is Travis Fimmel, even though he's actually from Australia. But yeah, Boy Swallows Universe is really, really good. It's on Netflix.
so they had Shogun on the list. It has a 99% critic rating, 90% audience. So that's
It was all
pretty
around
solid.
excellent.
Yep.
Yeah, I had
Yep.
X-Men 97 on my list as well.
Yeah.
Couldn't get to
X-Men
the first
97.
episode.
This show is going to be interesting for spawning some amazing lawsuits with Baby Rain.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Why?
I've never watched Hacks. I have no idea
Nope.
what that is.
No.
Industry, never watched that.
Mayor of
English,
Kingstown is probably on most of
Oh,
our
yeah.
lists.
Yeah, but it wasn't their best season though. And
No, it wasn't.
but I forgive it because it was a little limited. I still haven't finished season 4 of Only Murders in the Building, even though I liked the first 3.
Yeah, I mean that
I
one
just
is
felt
just
missing
gotten to it,
something.
it's just they're running out of steam and it's not
Yeah.
as
The Gentleman is on my list. That show was
Ooh,
fantastic.
I did like that
Yes.
one.
Good pull, Brahma. That is on the list.
And
I didn't like the
nobody is
season 2
going
of The
to-
Tourist.
Nobody's going to agree with me, but Three Body Problems on my list. Penguin was
I can
also
see why
on
you
my
would say
list.
that.
I like the execution of Three Body Problem. I'm excited that Netflix actually greenlit enough for them to hopefully finish the show.
I hope so.
Skeleton Crew, no.
Actually,
no.
I think I kind of like Skeleton Crew. It's kind of cute. I like it.
you like Goonies in space.
Yep, I do. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what it reminds me of, and this is perfectly fine for what it is. If all the other stuff with Star Wars hadn't happened, Skeleton Crew would have slotted in extremely nicely with the Ewok Adventure.
Yeah.
And
That's
what
fine.
was the sequel, like the Ewok Adventure, like it
Mhm.
was like, what was the sequel called? It was like
I
where
can't
they
remember the
fight
sequel.
they fight the fucking giant, and there's like a witch. It's all sorts of cuckoo bananas.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah,
remember.
so
I
you
think
agree
that one
with me.
was that Battle for Endor.
Battle for
Yeah.
Endor, I believe.
Yeah. So those movies, if you haven't seen the original Star Wars trilogy, are so like out of left field compared to Star Wars movies. It just doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
Except
But
for
they
they're
were good
wearing
in their own
orange
way.
jumpsuits, like the flight suits. That's what Skeleton Crew sort of is like. It's completely like an 80s Goonies vibe, 100% they're going for. which is that if they hadn't done all the other stuff to screw up Star Wars, I'd probably be okay with it. I'm just completely disinterested since they fucked all this stuff up. I don't think Kathleen Kennedy actually directed an episode, so these credits seem wrong.
Well, there's still more episodes to come. It could be.
Yeah, but she doesn't direct things.
Well, maybe Eric, for our criteria, it doesn't have to be a new show. It's just what was
this year.
Yeah, if it was a new season this year, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Fallout came out this year. That was a pretty solid show.
I thought it started really strong, and Walton Goggins was fantastic throughout. I just didn't care how it kind of the last couple of episodes went.
It was not. I mean, listen, there was parts that I did enjoy. I'm a big fan of Walton Goggins. I even liked his Unicorn show. But it was not a good series.
To answer Brad's comment, Cobra Kai had 2/3 of its last season in 2024 because they're doing the stupidest thing and splitting it all up.
Yeah,
I don't think
the end until like February.
I believe Wednesday was 2023, and we'll have a new season out next year. Yeah, we're gonna get I think January or February we get the last 5 episodes of Cobra Kai.
February, I believe.
Yeah, right in time for Karate Kid Legends to come out this summer.
Yay!
Why do you want to hate on it?
Why does it need to be made? That's why we had Cobra Kai.
God,
dude, Mad Kid made me come running back again.
What did I say now?
Talking about Fallout.
He's right.
Boom.
Yeah,
for somebody who didn't play the games, knows nothing of the games, the show was kind of fun.
Why is it that Slender completely 180'd on his opinion of Fallout because he liked it?
I ruminated on it for a long time because it's in my wheelhouse. I am a Fallout player, and I just
it doesn't sit well. It's one of those. It's like a Jaeger bomb. It's like Jaeger. And then you're like, why did I do that?
Dude, Jaeger bombs are why I have twins, okay? So calm down on the Jaeger bombs. They're wonderful.
Slender let the internet convince him that something he liked wasn't something he liked.
Okay, hold on. That's bullshit. Because if you hear an opinion about something and it makes you rethink, like if it points out things you may have missed and it can change your opinion, it doesn't mean you're being taken you're just conforming to the internet.
No, it could mean that I truly took on board what was being said, and I thought about it, and I reflected on it, and I changed my opinion. Because and even from the beginning, I was like, oh yeah, she's not going to be a bad guy. She's going to be the good guy, and her dad's going to be the bad guy because bad guys have to be guys.
Yeah,
and they can't make any decisions of consequence. There has to be women masterminds behind everything. I don't know. There were a lot of things that were just iffy about that whole freaking show. And
a lot of conveniences for the plot to even work. People had to show up at the right place at the right time and not be able to, one-shot someone when they one-shot, 15 people that are in those fucking mech suits or whatever.
Like Walter Goggins was amazing. He was great.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, real quick, Soul Assassin asks question: thoughts on Nolan doing the Odyssey?
It
sounds good to me.
No.
Why?
Tom Holland and Zendaya are starting.
They're going to be in it. It doesn't say they're going to be the
They're
lead.
giving Holland top billing already in every story that they're doing.
Because he's the biggest name out of the group. It doesn't mean that Odysseus
can go without ever seeing Zendaya.
Odysseus isn't a young man. They're not going to use Tom Holland.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to.
Odysseus should be Sean Bean. Period.
Yeah.
End of story.
Well, then he's going to die.
No, he wouldn't though. That would be the twist.
Hold on, Sean Bean actually already played Odysseus in Troy,
he did. Yes, he did.
Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, and he was really good.
I guess I would be fine with Nolan making it if he can, I don't know, turn his gain down or balance his audio better because it's just so fucking loud. All of it.
Wow.
his audio mixing shit is just so bad.
Oh, or that was, by the way, one complaint about I had for Nosferatu is Eggers definitely needs to. He went for this movie. He went to the Nolan school of mixing. There's parts where the like audio and dialogue are so fucking low, you couldn't like. I was straining to hear shit. So I think in no matter what he thinks, I'm gonna totally change that at home when I watch it at home and do that leveling thing so I can hear the dialogue.
Yeah.
That's
At
weird.
a
Porter
decent
Black
clip.
said it should get awards for sound editing.
Not for the dialogue.
Maybe
I
not
mean,
for the dialogue.
Dude,
No,
dialogue
there's-
is a lost art. Like
there's
people
there's
cannot write
definitely-
dialogue anymore.
there's
Some
definitely other
can.
stuff that's good. And I'm reading up the article, and it doesn't say. It just says confirmed names include Matt Damon, Tom Holland, Anne Hathaway. I think you might have Matt Damon might be the lead. Zendaya,
Does that excite you?
Lupita Nyong'o.
I'm sorry, Matt Damon cannot pull off Odysseus.
I don't know who's going to play Odysseus because Robert Pattinson's also in it, and he might be it.
Okay, this is just sounding worse and worse and worse to me as you name names.
Why? It's Christopher Nolan. People want to work with him.
Yeah.
They'll be fine in it. Did you like not like Oppenheimer, even though it had tons of known? That's what I'm gonna say. It had lots of big name actors in it, and he put them in roles where they worked, including Matt Damon. Matt Damon was in Oppenheimer.
Real quick on the dialogue
there's-
thing, that was that's something that stands out with Landman for me is how good the dialogue is in that show.
Yeah, they do well with the from what I've seen,
Yeah.
the dialogue is good in that show. But like I said, it's a lost art. There are very few who can do it. Like
And
for every one show that has good dialogue,
yeah,
there's 6 that have just the cringiest shit.
it stands out when it's good, and you're like, oh right, this is what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah, I mean, Penguin did a pretty good job with it as well. And
I
we
just
kinda
never
just
went back and
skipped over
finished it.
You never finished Penguin?
No, I
Yeah.
get it.
All right.
And I'm a
So-
huge Colin Farrell fan too. But I'm a fan of the sexy Colin Farrell. I'm gonna go have a smoke. I'll be back.
Yeah, so I'm just looking. Most people are saying that Damon's going to play Odysseus, Anne Hathaway is going to be Penelope, and Holland is Telemachus. His son. So that seems fine.
I mean, how big a role does Penelope play in this? Because she has very little to do with the whole story.
Charlize Theron as Circe. Trying to Lupita Nyong'o is going to be Calypso. Seems fine casting. Allegedly, Kenneth Branagh sneaking in as Menelaus. That could be fine.
Let's
I
go
mean,
back
we'll
to
have
the
to go see it.
good
but
shows of the year.
I'm not holding my breath.
I like Christopher Nolan. His movies tend to be pretty good, so I'm not going to prejudge just based on
Yeah,
a lot of
name
Hollywood
12.
movies
What?
that are good that are Christopher Nolan. Memento. Has he done 12 movies? Memento.
I mean, you should know, right? You like Christopher Nolan.
I'm going through the list. He did Memento. He did. What was the one with Al Pacino where it was in Alaska and it was
Al Pacino was in
Insomnia.
a movie, then it wasn't very
Insomnia? No,
No.
Insomnia was probably
good.
his weakest one. Then
Insomnia
we
was not
had
a good movie.
Dark Knight. So Batman Begins,
Yeah,
Dark
Batman
Knight, Dark
Begins.
Knight Rises.
Yes.
Okay, you can't use all 3 of them. Come on.
They're 3 separate movies. You
They're all good. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Interstellar, Inception.
Interstellar was boring.
Interstellar was good. It was an
Boring.
entertaining movie.
Boring.
I feel like you just don't like sci-fi
maybe
because you didn't like Three Body Problem. You didn't like Interstellar, and they're both.
No, I hated
really
Three Body Problem. We were away having our little break, and you were talking about Three Body Problem, and Brian was like, "It's probably better that you're not in there right now."
All right.
House of the
like,
Dragon, as bad as
Yeah.
it ended too early, was good this season. I would have it on.
I have
Mm.
no
my
interest in
list.
that story. Like none.
I read the book that it's based on, so I find it interesting.
I don't have time to read.
I tried to read the Game of Thrones books, and I was just like, oh my god,
Oh, this
guy
was
is
on,
he's
I've read them multiple times.
a great writer, but a terrible storyteller.
this one was on Apple Plus, right? The Manhunt limited series. I think
No idea.
it was when Mad gets
Never heard
back,
of
I'll
it.
ask because I think he'd be the only other person who probably would.
I mean, I like Star Wars, not any of the new ones. The originals, though, I like.
Star
I like
Wars
the
isn't
OGs.
really sci-fi; it's sci-fantasy. So that's another thing. Like
What the fuck? Is there a difference?
there is a difference. If I guess Brahma just muted, so you can't have him help me. So like there sci fantasy is kind of like Star Wars, where it's almost like it's like an RPG versus an action RPG. It has a lot of the similar elements, but they're toning it down for mass consumption.
It's an epic story. It's like high fantasy versus fantasy. It's
I know there's sci-fi I like. There's got to be sci-fi I like.
So
I'm trying
like
to think of
hard,
some sci-fi that I like now.
like hard sci-fi would be something like Three Body Problem, where it's very analytical.
I like Dune, but he'd say
Dune.
Dune is science fantasy too.
No, Dune is at least the books. I think the movies have leaned a little more into
Dude,
sci fantasy.
I have never played Warhammer, but I love the Warhammer lore. I've watched so many like 2-hour YouTube videos about random fucking Warhammer 40K lore with like the Emperor and the Imperial Guard and the Dreadnoughts and how the Dreadnoughts came into being and all that crap. Oh man, that's just
So
good.
like Brahma, you know what I'm talking about when I say the difference between sci fantasy and sci-fi, right? Like
Ready Player
as-
One isn't really
Star Wars
sci-fi,
was more
bro.
like a space
Yeah.
western.
yeah,
versus
space
hard sci-fi.
yeah. So Three Body Problem is hard sci-fi.
Ooh, speaking of
Hard,
space
hard
western,
sci-fi.
Firefly. I liked Firefly.
That was a sci fantasy
Space
kind of
western.
space western.
Lame.
Well, Manhunt was an Apple Plus show. Did you know? Right, Brahma? Did you watch? Or
No.
no, you probably didn't watch. The same thing. Like Masters of Air was a good show, but I think was very limited by being on Apple.
I've heard only good things about it, but
I
Yeah,
like
'cause-
some I like some Star Trek. Star Trek is really hit or miss with me. There are some that I love and some that I hate.
I like the original in TNG.
Yeah.
I was
Uh,
okay with some of Deep Space Nine, but
I mean, I always liked Picard. Picard was kind of my go-to captain.
yeah. There's Agatha. That goes on my worst. So does
Yeah.
Rings of Power.
I didn't watch Agatha all along. Why would I? You could just tell by the way they advertised. Oh, that wasn't made for me.
Well, because I'm on a show that we literally watch these things just.
You're
to
on a
rip
show where they torture you.
them.
We
Mhm.
would never do that to you, Brahma.
You
Remember who
have.
your real friends are.
Talking to you about Three Body Problem was torture.
There it is. Three
Oh,
Body
shut up.
Problem.
Because I didn't like it.
It's funny that these two are.
I tried so hard to like it, okay? I did. And I just couldn't. It was fucking boring.
Did you even get to the ship?
No.
Here we
I watched
go.
like 3 or 4 episodes and I was just like, this is so boring.
Here's our bad take of the night.
That is right up there with the Loki takes.
I read the books multiple times. And even the fourth book that's written by a different author.
I've heard. I listened to the hour-long Quinn's Ideas videos on the books.
There's one of the books.
I went
Wait,
to
That
go.
is the
Was the
side book.
Dungeons and Dragons movie this year?
No, it was
No,
last
that
year.
was 2023.
Okay.
Because we talked about it last year, along with Super Mario Brothers and a few other.
I really
movies.
liked it.
Yeah, I just love that Three Body Problem and Acolyte are right next to each other on this list for some reason.
I played the hell out of StarCraft back in the day. I did love me some StarCraft.
Yeah, but look at the audience scores for those two.
For Three Body Problem and Star Wars.
77% and Acolyte was 19%.
Yeah, I don't know. 77%. Like the problem with that is that would put it at a 7 or an 8, and 8's about the lowest I'm willing to watch. Like honestly, if I give a movie a 7 or less, it's probably not something I'll ever watch again because there's plenty of movies that I would rate higher than that I'd go watch again.
The fact that it's got 77% with as hard sci-fi as it is rather amazing. It's not made for a mass audience.
It's not made for you.
Okay.
All right.
And that is why it is number 92 on the list.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But the fact that it got 77% of the audience to like it says that for the people who were going to watch it, they liked it pretty well.
Of the people who were willing to go write a review for it, 77% of them
screwed.
liked it.
Landman is getting lower audience scores than Three Body Problem.
And I haven't talked to a single person that doesn't like Landman.
That
I mean,
might
there
be-
are the arguments that it is too soap opera-y, but
Yeah, but that's everything that particular Friedman?
Taylor Sheridan.
That's who it is.
But I like my oil dramas to be soap. I want JR to be doing that stuff.
I like hot women.
And honestly,
plenty of them in
Landman
this.
probably got pretty heavily review bombed because a lot of people saw the clips where they're talking about oil and everything else, and
The
they
Twitter
didn't like
clips.
it.
Yeah.
So they went and review bombed it without actually watching it.
Who does Demi Moore play? In
Everybody
Landman?
says that
She plays
everything
John
lefty
Hamm's
that
wife.
isn't liked is getting review bombed, but no one ever says that the stuff on the right can get review bombed. That never happens, apparently.
When Tommy goes to visit John
Same
Hamm's
show
character,
writer, Eric
she's
Myers.
the chick on the balcony talking to him and getting him a drink. She looks old.
Well, she is.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
well, that may be why you didn't recognize her right off the bat.
I mean, she's perfectly fine for her actual age, which is like in the 60s.
Right.
So
she's just, compared to the last time I saw her in anything, she looks a bit different.
Yeah. So get to this one. I don't believe they've officially made any links to them, like they're in some shared universe or something.
No, it's just like the Lioness and.
But it's the same show writer, right?
Same
Yes.
showrunner.
Taylor Sheridan.
Taylor
yeah.
Sheridan. It's the same guy that does Mary Kingstown, but there's no tie-in to Yellowstone. Just the prequels to Yellowstone are tied in right now, and then there will be a few spin-offs.
Yep. All right, so this list just keeps going. There's Gentleman, which has a much higher audience rating than critic
I'm
rating.
surprised that Three Body Problem is up above The Gentleman.
It's because the list is based on critic scores, so Three Body Problem
it has a higher audience score.
So Gentleman has the higher critic score, gets in there.
It still kind of surprises me.
All right, this is Cross season 1 on Prime. They've been trying to make Alex Cross a cultural media icon for like 30 plus years now. They did it when they had Morgan Freeman playing the character in the late 90s in movies, like Along Came a Spider and Kiss the Girls. And then they had Tyler Perry play the character and relaunched it as movies. Now they're doing an Amazon Prime show. So I don't think it's ever going to catch on the way they want it to. So real quick, we'll just kind of wrap things up and say, what were your favorite shows this year, Slender?
I don't know if I watched enough shows to say that I have favorites is the problem. Like there were some animes I really enjoyed, like Dan to Dan. I've been enjoying that quite a bit. It's got that weird Fooly Cooly feel, kind of leveled against a Devilman vibe, which is interesting.
So the new season of Cobra Kai didn't do it for you?
The new season of Cobra Kai lost me like 3 episodes in. Honestly, I was just like, This should have been over like 2 seasons ago. Honestly, they should have wrapped this up, and now they're just dragging it out.
You really wouldn't like where it ends up before at the break. It was one of the dumbest scenes they've had in the show.
It was
But
fine. It was
You
Cobra
kind of expect
Kai.
that out of this show. So
Yeah, I mean, they had to have that event happen. It was I didn't have any issue with it in Cobra Kai.
yeah, in Cobra Kai, sure. But even in Cobra Kai, this one was a little bit weird because at least the ones that happen in like the high school and stuff, they're just showing it. Like this happened in the high school. This, they've got everybody watching it on TV and the cameras are still rolling until it's all over and the guy says, "Cut the cameras." It's like, it was just kind of weird, but that's just nitpicking it because Cobra Kai isn't meant to be serious in any way.
No. All right. So Mad is still not
right here.
Oh. Mad was Manhunt an Apple TV show?
Manhunt?
Or let me... Yeah. Manhunt.
Yes.
Now you-
Oh yeah. That's about the
Lincoln assassination.
Yeah. I was excited to see it. I could not make it through the first episode, but because I wanted to see if they're going to how deep they were going to go into Boston Corbett, who was the man who shot not Lee Oswald.
Wasn't it one of the Secretary of War or something?
What?
No, I'm trying because a lot of people don't know that there was a conspiracy basically to take out his cabinet too.
Yeah. But no, I was talking about the person that killed the I can't remember the dude that killed Lincoln.
John Wilkes Booth?
Yeah. Boston Corbett was the one that killed John Wilkes Booth, and he was cuckoo bananas. I have to tell you about him sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Apple TV shows unfortunately don't get the the attention they should when they're good. It's because like we brought up Masters of the Air, which was
I liked it.
Yeah, but it was just on Apple TV, so not a lot of people saw it. Considering it was the third in line after Band of Brothers, The Pacific, and then there was this one. And
was Ted Lasso on Apple?
Apple TV, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it went downhill though quick.
I didn't.
What it was?
I didn't like
fine.
The latest
No,
season,
not
but they
towards the
did
end.
get a new season.
Have they announced the 4th season? I thought it was
Yes,
still.
I thought they did.
I'm pretty sure they announced it a few weeks ago.
I know that the main reason they had to cancel it was what's his name? Sudeikis was in the middle of his divorce and custody and custody battle, and they were they shoot that in England, and so he was worried that was going to keep him from being able to go get custody, even though it's whatever. But his baby mama
did watch this year
was
that I
banging
liked?
the guy from One Direction and kind of screwed
Harry
that all
Styles.
up. Yep. What
She's
did you
kinda
like? Sonia?
disappeared, hasn't she?
It isn't from this year, but I finally watched Kim's Convenience. And up until that last season, that show was pretty funny.
Oh, 2 other shows that were great. Clarkson's Farm and
Yeah.
Welcome to Wrexham.
I would actually
Don't
put
know about
Clarkson's
that one.
Farm as probably my favorite show of this year. I just enjoy it. It's
It
Was this
also
the
has a
last
new
year for the
season.
Grand Tour?
Yeah, this was
they
their
did the
last
2
special.
specials for it.
That's the
Yeah,
one where they
so-
found like the car and was it?
I'd
Tunisia?
probably put that as my number one. Is the final episode of the Grand Tour. Clarkson's Farm, awesome. Other than that, I didn't watch a whole lot.
Clarkson's Farm is just a great show you can just watch and enjoy. And it doesn't have any baggage. It doesn't have any of the other stuff. It's just
It fucking
One that
matters.
me and the wife
That's what it
both
boils down
actually
to.
like.
It
Yep.
matters.
Matt, have you watched that one yet?
Nope.
Yeah, figures. But you watched. What was the one crazy
We'll
silly?
watch every obscure show ever.
Yeah, but not Clarkson's Farm.
Nope.
What is he doing? Why is he
I'm
so
looking
far
for
away
something.
from his microphone?
He's trying to find something.
He's got like a random book of trivia about the guy who killed John
Yeah,
Wilkes.
Oh
Booth.
no, I can tell you all about Boston Corbett.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yep. So
All
there
right.
was at one point he became very involved. So he was a hatter, right? So he did a lot of mercury that could have led to him being cuckoo bananas. But when he found the Lord, he they call him the what was it, the glory to God guy, because he would always be like glory to God, and he would add a at the end of everything. No one knows why. Anyway, so he's in Boston, and he comes across some prostitutes, and they're like, "Hey, you want to do things?" And he's like, "This is not how a man of God should react when seeing them." Right? So he goes home. He gets scissors. He flips open the coin purse and then removes the coins from the purse. If you know what I mean. His balls.
Yeah.
He cut his fucking balls out. So then he goes and takes a walk. He goes and has dinner, and then he checks himself in at the hospital. Anyway,
All right.
so the Civil War breaks out. He joins. He's fighting for the North, and he was a part of the Raiders who went after John Wilkes Booth, and they were like, "No one shoot him. We have to grab him because we need to know who else was involved." So then he shot him in the head, and then he died on the porch. And fucking, you know what John Wilkes Booth's last words were? He had them hold up his hands, and he looked at him, and he went, "Useless, useless." What a fucking pretentious fucking hate actors.
I'm so lost. You've lost me, Matt. I don't
That's the guy that killed John Wilkes Booth.
understand. Where did this come from? Why? Oh,
The
Manhunt.
show Manhunt. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'd
I'm
heard
so
good things
fucking
about
confused.
that. Yep. All right. So
I thought I made it pretty clear.
Hey, Imp, are you still alive? Just checking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just not.
do
Okay.
you have any
because-
shows that you like?
No, I don't watch TV.
Yes, you
It's
do.
called sti-
Every time we're doing anything, I can hear your TV.
Yeah, it's called YouTube.
All right.
I haven't
So-
even really watched anything other than the Gundam Seed anime from this year, as far as even anime goes, because most of it's been garbage.
How dare you?
I mean, you don't like time loop villainous Otami shows?
No. Again, I have this thing called Caste.
There were a lot of those this year, weren't there?
Dan to Dan is a pretty awesome anime.
I'm enjoying it.
Solo leveling was good.
By the way,
Sweet
Slender,
good
it's
Solo
totally
in the
leveling, yeah.
background.
I've been on with Biggles, talking about anime stuff, and we totally convinced him to watch Love Is War because
It's a
he's
great
like,
anime.
he's like, this is funny. The narrator's hilarious. So I was like, isn't it? Yeah. So- all right. Oh yeah. So TV. I think everybody consensus, aside from Slender, who may not have seen it, thought that Shogun was probably one of your better ones to watch. The Gentleman, I think we all liked that one.
Penguin.
I didn't
Man.
see the Penguin, so I can't speak to that. Landman's fine.
X-Men
So-
97.
X-Men 97, if you liked the X-Men 90s cartoon, it's actually really
It
good.
was actually a good continuation of that.
Yep.
They didn't screw it
And-
up near as much as we thought they might.
And I think that's why they fired Bo DeMeo.
They
Yes.
fired him before it even
Are you
came
over there
out, though,
laughing at the
so
comments?
We weren't able
Specifically
to,
the "Oh Black Betty Dan to Dan" comment.
Matt
so
was
easily
singing it away
entertained.
from his mic.
Matt will come back and be like, you
There's no proof
stepped
of
away
that.
from your mic.
I was right here.
Uh-huh.
Were you?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right. So now we'll switch over to the one where Slender's got lots to talk about real quick, and that's video games.
Oh, I don't know if we're gonna have time. We might have to save it for another time. We're coming
If
up
you
on
want-
our 2 hours.
But
Are we
after
holding
the
firm
new
on
year,
that?
How can we review this year after we've left this year?
How can you get pudding if you don't eat your meat?
How can you have any pudding
not the
if you
lyrics I
don't eat your
used.
meat?
What are the lyrics, Brahma?
You can't get any pussy if you don't beat your meat.
Those
was-
are not the
well,
lyrics.
That was the lyrics I heard.
I feel
You
like
are
Brahma's got a lot of problems that we need to maybe unpack about that. Mad, is
Plug
this
those
what you had
lyrics
to
in and
deal with?
Listen to it.
Is this what you had to deal with when you were staying with him intimately over the
He
meetup?
did see
Yes,
penetration.
if it's something awesome, and no, if it was something gross.
I don't think Mad's even engaged anymore. We've lost him.
I was having
He's
to take
off
care of
doing
something.
else.
It's on his channel where it's good that on his first live stream we brought up how Mad was in the room when Brahma was penetrated.
What?
Forcefully.
No, he was asleep.
What? Wait, what?
I thought he was
What are we
awake
talking
when-
about? Good night, everybody. That's gonna do Rain and Mac King.
No, we don't. We have the end stream button, not you, so we're still going.
Yeah, we're going for a few more minutes. I'm calling an audible, and I'm gonna need more time to break down some things for the year in gaming and predictions for next year.
So, Matt, again, about how you were around when he was forcibly penetrated, and you were the only one around with him when this happened.
No, there
The
was
only
a wasp there for sure.
I think this whole wasp thing
And I've
was
never-
made up.
No, what the shit.
No, but no, it was a wasp. It was a wasp. By the way, Matt, do you have a nickname for anything? Yeah, I called my wasp.
My little
No, it's
hornet.
called Mr. Blinky. I've told you this story.
Oh no. I think we're not there yet. We got to get within 2 minutes before I hit end stream.
Well, no, you can't do that. We have an outro now.
That's
I
what he's
know,
talking
and we got to get
about.
within 2 minutes before I hit it, or we
You
won't hit our
ruined the
2 hour mark.
surprise.
That's all right, Shifty.
Crap.
It's fine. I just want to make sure that everybody, does me a favor because I've been good to you guys. Just subscribe to the new channel. That'd be awesome.
Dude, damn, I thought you were in the right chat. I was okay with the chat you were in, Shifty. Hey, right now, if I see that little chain link next to the comment, I will refuse to acknowledge it.
Brahma was cut. Yeah, Brahma is going to share his best boobs of the year list.
Yeah,
Right.
Brahma, whenever
I
you're
think
ready,
we
you
all
can bring
know
that.
that the year 2024. I mean, it's just Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, that's Brahma's
They
like
cannot
dominated the
Pick her
whole
out
year.
of a lineup.
it's like the Sydney Sweeney's boobs were the Shohei Ohtani of boobs in Hollywood.
You're right, because I don't know who that is either.
Dodgers,
No idea.
$750 million contract.
Oh, yeah, that thing.
Yeah, that thing.
I'm trying to use sports analogies. He's all right. We'll backtrack. Sydney Sweeney. We all know that her boobs are like the Patrick Mahomes of
Yeah,
Hollywood
Teatro's
boobs.
only and it's only okay.
What?
It's not long
Slender's
enough. I want to
desperately
shut them
trying
up,
to
but
time
I
it.
can't.
I didn't
He
want to make
really
it too
just wants
long.
to hit the button.
By the way, what happens at the end of the outro was not prompted. It did it on its own.
The AI just did it on its own.
On its
It's
own.
learning.
It's kind of scary, but also funny.
I mean, at least if the AI is becoming self-aware at this point, it's got our sense of humor,
That is true.
which is
Specifically
very
mine,
good.
which is
That
Matt,
should,
awesome
that
for
should work
everyone.
well for us in the future.
Here you go, Matt. Eric is trying to make a timely and topical sports reference. Sydney Sweeney.
Wait, so people are
Oh no,
us-
we're out of time.
people are
Machiavelli production.
The streams hit the hay, but don't be dismayed. The screen's fading away, but we'll soon invade. Lil Chat, Slender Dad, they've ruled the night. Rummables, bourbon buzz, his laughter's light.
Ascending art, we've sailed this spree with brainwaves and belly laughs, pure glee. You brought your fun, now off you go, but keep the party in your soul, yo. Dreams in the rear view, but don't be glum. We'll be back with more gags with new yum. So hit that subscribe, keep the vibes alive for the next step. Extreme will surely jive. Keep the laughs, keep the chat, keep the screens delight. Until our next stream, keep the fun in sight. This is Ascendant Art, signing off with a grin. Catch you on the flip side, let the good times spin. Oops, forgot about Imp. He'll be back, probably.
Forgot about